10 action roguelikes, all under 10 bucks. No deck builders, no turn-based tactics. Every game on this list is pure combat-driven run-based chaos and dangerously replayable. These are the best action roguelikes on Steam right now. Let's count them down. At number 10, Dungreed, $9.99 on Steam. This 2D side-scroller drops you into a dungeon that reshapes itself every single run. You're swapping between swords, bows, and magic on the fly, and the combat has this snappy rhythm that keeps you pushing forward room after room. Players call it insanely underrated, and honestly, they're right. One reviewer literally pirated it years ago, came back, bought it, and sank 50 hours into 100% completion. That's a genuine endorsement. The weapon variety could be deeper. You'll see some of the same gear rotate through shops, but the moment-to-moment action is tight, and the difficulty curve demands you actually get better. Years of updates have kept it growing, and at this price, it's a solid entry point into the genre. At number 9, Snezhinka, Sentinel Girls 2, $7.99. This is a fast-paced 2D shooter where you're purchasing cards between waves to power up your character, then holding the line against swarms of hostile mechs. The controls are dead simple, the action is relentless, and the soundtrack? Players cannot stop talking about it. One reviewer literally bought the game because the OST was stuck in their head for weeks. Every aspect of this game is polished to a shine. The writing is solid, the gunplay feels satisfying, and the visual design punches well above its weight class. Multiple endings and branching paths give you real reasons to replay, and you can hit full completion in under 20 hours. That's a tight, complete package with zero filler. Once a run starts, you won't want to put it down. Number 8, Boneraiser Minions, $4.99. You're a necromancer raising an army of undead from the bones of fallen heroes, then watching the chaos unfold as your minions tear through waves of crusaders trying to end your bone-raising ways. Instead of swinging a sword yourself, you're building your squad, choosing which minions to raise, stacking relics and spells, layering meta upgrades between runs. It takes a few sessions to open up, but once the options start flowing, magnificent chaos. One player nailed it. It takes the bullet heaven genre and gives it a fun and unique twist I haven't seen anywhere else. The gothic retro pixel art won't be for everyone, but the depth hiding beneath that comedic surface is staggering. $5 for this much replayability is a genuine steal. Coming in at number 7, Touhou Dystopian, $9.99. This action roguelite has combat flow that players keep comparing to Nier Automata, and once you feel it in your hands, you'll understand why. The moment-to-moment gameplay is tight, the 3D projectiles look intimidating but land on the right side of challenging, and the whole thing is dangerously addictive. One reviewer said they hadn't clicked with a game like this in a decade. The real hook is build variety. Finding that one combination that completely destroys everything in your path, that's the high this game keeps delivering. It's beautiful, well-balanced, and the combat stays interesting run after run after run. 93% positive on Steam from nearly 2,000 reviews. If you're a Touhou fan, this is essential. If you're not, the action alone earns the price. At number 6, Risk of Rain, $9.99. Made by 2 college students back in 2013, and it still holds up. You land on a hostile planet, find the teleporter, survive the waves, and move on. Simple enough. Except time is always working against you. Every second you spend exploring, the difficulty scales. Enemies hit harder, bosses get meaner. That tension between scavenging for items and rushing to survive is what makes every run feel electric. And when item stacking starts getting out of control, pure chaos. Co-op with up to 3 friends makes it even wilder. The iconic soundtrack alone is worth the price of admission. Over 20,000 reviews and a 91% positive rating. A pixel art classic that earned its reputation the hard way. Number 5, Tiny Rogues, $9.99. A bullet-hell dungeon crawler with RPG elements, and it goes way deeper than its pixel art suggests. Hundreds of weapons, dozens of classes, enough equipment combinations to make your head spin. One player with over 150 hours calls it easily the best bullet hell game I've played, and says the replay value feels limitless. Every run builds a completely different character, and the difficulty ramps beautifully. Easy to learn, brutal to master. Don't let the early access label scare you off. This is a complete, fleshed-out game with more content than most full-price releases. The developer clearly poured their heart into this thing. The game design is smart, the progression is satisfying, and you'll keep saying, just one more run, until 3 in the morning. At number 4, Downwell. $2.99. $2.99. You fall down a well wearing gun boots. That's the pitch, and it's a masterpiece. Every second of Downwell is designed around momentum. You're shooting downward to slow your fall, stomping enemies to rack up combos, chaining kills to keep your resources flowing. Destructoid gave it a perfect 10 and called it falling with style. The combo system rewards aggression and precision in equal measure. Each run is fast, tight, and brutally satisfying. Color palettes unlock as you progress, giving even the visuals fresh replay value. One player described it as an interesting mix of old arcade action and roguelike mechanics. And at under $3, it's the best value on this entire list. If you don't own Downwell yet, go fix that immediately. Number 3, The Binding of Isaac. Right now it's $2.49. $2.49 for one of the most important roguelikes ever made. This is where Edmund McMillen started the legacy. Twin-stick shooting through procedurally generated rooms, hundreds of items that synergize in wild and disgusting ways, and a difficulty curve that will humble you over and over again. It was built in Flash, and somehow it's still incredible. The item pool is massive, the bosses are memorable, and the run variety means you genuinely never play the same game twice. One reviewer said if they listed everything they loved, the review would be 100 pages long. Nearly 50,000 reviews on Steam and a 93% positive rating after 14 years. The game that launched a genre, and it still hits hard at pocket change prices. At number 2, Megabonk. $9.99. 94,000 reviews and a 93% positive rating. Those numbers are staggering for an indie at this price. You're smashing through endless waves of enemies, grabbing loot, leveling up, and building increasingly ridiculous combinations of power. Every bonk has real weight to it. You're not just clicking enemies, you are slamming into them with crunchy, satisfying physics. One player put it perfectly. I continue to bonk day after day. I hope the dev continues to drop updates and fun hats. Randomly generated maps keep each run feeling fresh, and the deep roster of characters gives you real reasons to keep coming back. It hits that just one more run part of your brain harder than almost anything else on this list. Simple graphics mean even your buddy on a potato laptop can run it. Accessible, addictive, and endlessly replayable. And at number 1, Vampire Survivors. $4.99. 247,000 reviews, 97% positive. You pick a character, walk into a field of monsters, and your weapons fire automatically. All you control is movement. And somehow, it's the most addictive game on Steam. The weapon evolution system, the synergies, the cryptic unlocks. Every 30-minute run transforms you from a fragile nobody into an unstoppable force of nature mowing down thousands of creatures at once. One player called it lightning in a bottle. Another described the power fantasy as, and I quote, an M1 Abrams plowing through a retirement home. 97% positive, 250,000 reviews. The progression loop is so perfectly tuned that even the simplest runs feel rewarding. At $5, Vampire Survivors is the best action roguelike under $10. And honestly, one of the best deals in all of gaming. The number 1 spot was never in question. That's the list. 10 action roguelikes, all under $10, all worth way more than what they're charging. Drop a comment with your favorite or the one we missed. And if you enjoyed this, a like goes a long way. See you in the next one.